So, David's team. What do you think? Truth or lie?
I mean, the trouble with this game is it plays tricks with your mind. But I don't think it's true. You don't really.
It's got to be, hasn't
It's got to be a lie.
Got to be a lie.
Yeah, saying it's a lie. Right, so here we go. This really is...
Here's the moment.
This is more than any other episode I've done of this show. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Kevin Bridges, is it true or is it a lie?
It's true.
Unbelievable. Right, our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Lee's team will claim that it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please give a warm welcome to this week's special guest, Drac. Welcome, Drac. So, Kevin, what is Drac to you?
This is Drac. He's my dad's friend. He took me out for a driving lesson and I reversed through a chip shop window.
Brian, please explain how you know Drac.
Well, this is Drac, the roadie that left me gaffer taped to a lighting rig for over an hour.
Right. And finally, Lee, what's your connection?
This is Drac. And I presented him with first prize at the National Pie Awards 2009.
So, David's team, begin your investigation.
Lee, where were the National Pie Awards held?
Birmingham.
What was the venue?
The venue was the Hilton Hotel.
Right. Hilton
What kind
Hotel
of pie was it?
Well, he made a selection. He didn't just make one pie. It was for his various pies. You don't just have one pie. It's
So
not like...
Was he various pie maker of the year?
No, he won the big prize at the end, National Pie Maker of the Year.
So he won the overall award. Were there, like, separate...
No, he didn't have the best overall.
What were the separate awards? Were there like apple pie, steak and kidney pie, and then Drac won the big, you know, like best film, best pie?
You don't just have one pie. You have to have, I think, two or three pies.
I think we understand that you have to demonstrate the ability to reproduce the pie. Otherwise, it literally is just one pie. And as soon as the judges have tasted it, well, what does it matter? That was a pie. That pie's gone.
It was two or three pies he produced that year, but I
two or three. I think he wants to up production, actually.
Yeah. They've done the pie tasting and judging on another occasion.
Yeah, they'd voted on it. People had voted on it, and there was like a pop chart. It's a pie chart.
He brought...
It was... you like the pie chart, Gav, didn't you? I thought you'd like it.
Did you announce then the winner is Drac, or did you say his full name, which is...
I said the winner is Drac.
What about Brian and
Brian gaffer taped to a lighting rig. For how long?
Over an hour.
Over an hour. Why, may I ask, were you gaffer taped to a lighting rig in the first place?
I was the youngest member of the band, and I was probably not behaving in a way deemed appropriate for a member of a band in the presence of road crew.
What were you doing?
I don't remember. I think I was just being a general, you know...
How did you get down?
Pain. Well, they had to get me down because it's a lighting rig. It was like one of
Wait a minute. Drac, on his own, grabbed you because you were doing something you shouldn't be doing, like maths homework. He carries you up a ladder to a lighting rig 20 metres above the stage, and then he gaffered you round.
He was the tour manager, actually. So he ordered the rest of the crew to put me on the ground, gaffer me up into a ball, put a harness on, and then attach me to lighting rig at the Hammersmith Odeon and left me there for over an hour.
Was that when you wrote Things Can Only Get Better?
And you can't remember what you did that had offended them?
No, I think it was just a build-up, I think, of absolute annoyance over many weeks.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
OK, so, Kevin Bridges, it was something to do with a car.
Well, yes, he's a friend of your dad's and he took you on a driving lesson.
Yeah.
And you ended up reversing through a chip shop window.
Yeah. His name's Duncan.
Duncan.
It gets called Drac because it's like D-R-A-C, and he used to be known as Duncan from the RAC because he's a driving instructor, and then that got shortened to...
What were you trying to do, a three-point turn? What was...
No, it was the first lesson.
Right.
And we thought we'd do reversing, because that's Drac's attitude.
Once you've learnt going backwards, going forwards is a piece of cake.
It's the way he sees life and the way he sees driving tuition.
But...
You've got a chip shop by the side of a road, so the car is not facing... The front of the back of the car is normally not facing a chip shop, is it?
No, it was in the car park of the chip shop.
A chip shop with a car park?
Have you not been to Scotland before, David?
So this is like a kind of IKEA-scale
It's a massive chip shop. I worked in this chip shop.
So you're in the car park by the chip shop window.
Yeah.
And you get in the car for the first driving lesson, and he says, first things first, reversing.
So why didn't he press the brake when he saw you hurtling backwards towards the chip shop?
He was busy trying to design his new pork pie.
So, right, David's team, we need an answer. Is Drac Kevin's driving instructor, Brian's gaffer-taping roadie, or Lee's prize-winning pie maker? What are you going to say?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, Kevin's story sounds implausible, but we've been down this road before. Frankly, nothing would surprise me. If he said he'd unscrewed his leg and it had walked to China on its own, I'd believe him. Leading a corporate... Isn't pies a bit... He's northern, he's doing a pie handing out prize, isn't it?
But then again, if you're doing the pie awards...
Yeah.
That's... Who would you go to other than Lee?
Can you just say that to camera? I'll give him some available dates.
And what about Brian's?
Very good specific story about the winch and the Hammersmith Odeon and...
Yeah.
But it does seem quite a cruel thing to do.
I think he probably could have been irritating enough for them.
Yeah, I think so as well. I don't think that's in question, to be honest. What's it going to be?
Say Brian.
Say Brian.
Yeah, come on.
Brian. We think it's Brian.
You're saying Brian?
Yes.
Yeah.
OK. Would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Drac. I'm the roadie that gaffer taped Brian to the fighting dress.
Thank you very much for coming on, Jack. So at the end of that round, David's team have 4 points and Lee's team have 2. Which brings us to our final round, Quickfire Lies, in which our panellists lie not only through their teeth, but also against the clock. So we start with... Oh, it's David.
I've had to prise open my bedroom door for the last 2 years, ever since the door handle fell off.
What do you use to prise open the door?
Just my fingernails. And you have to go to the top of the door jamb.
Is it an out or a... No,
It all depends which side.
Do you live on your own?
I can answer that.
I have a flatmate, but it's just my bedroom, yeah.
It's only you that has the inconvenience.
So you have to do...
I'm absolutely the only person who ever needs to get in or out.
He speaks to me with a stare, and I don't know...
That's just, you know,
Don't
a
say
look of
anything.
resignation.
Why haven't you just whipped out a knob and affixed it to the entrance?
Basically, it's not really... You can't just screw it back on because the holes that the screws...
The thread's gone.
That's it!
Keeley, speaking as the only woman, in your single days before you settled down...
Oh, God.
And
yes.
you'd have been met as David and you'd be getting on like a wildfire and he said, well, why don't you come back to my... I know you don't like this. I know you don't like it. It's either this or Ronnie Corbett.
Right.
Why don't you come back to my apartment and we could settle down and have a game of Boggle? So you go there, and And he said, well, why don't we go upstairs? And you go upstairs and you get to the door and there's no handle or knob. Would that put you off?
This actually happened to me once.
David! David! You're a dark horse.
I don't remember.
I stayed over, and when I got up in the morning to leave, I couldn't get out. And I didn't know where I was.
You didn't know where you were?
Wow, really?
I had to ring the fire brigade.
I think I should say at this point, this was not at my house.
And they had to come and put a ladder up to the window and give me a fireman's lift out.
Where was the man who you'd gone back with?
He'd gone to work.
He'd gone to work and locked you in for later.
Didn't know.
She'll keep till I get back. Wow. OK, what are you going to say, Lee?
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
It looks like a man that's got well-maintained doors.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a lie.
OK, then we'll say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. David Mitchell, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
It is, in fact, true.
Yes, it's true. David has had to prise open his bedroom door for the last 2 years, ever since the door handle fell off. And next. Oh, it's Lee.
Possession.
All right, take out the box, pop it on the desk and read the card.
It's a set of children's cutlery. This is the children's cutlery I used when I went on a special diet. It helped to make the portions on my plate seem bigger.
David's team, do you believe that?
So, Lee, how long did you use the cutlery for, then?
Well, if it was a big meal, 10 minutes.
In terms of weeks or months? How long
Nothing was that big.
How long was the period of your life for which you used children's cutlery in order to lose weight?
Swallows.
I know it doesn't take you that long to invent 6 months.
6 months.
Did you sort of take them, if you were going to a restaurant, did you take them with you?
No, I think you're mixing me up with a lunatic. You know, it's not a great... I mean, Keeley, would you really want that on a date if I said, so, how did the tennis go, love? I could take it into the bedroom and go, you don't think it's big? Look at it against this. And that's a salad fork, let me tell you.
And what gave you the idea? Where was the inspiration for this?
I read it in a book.
You read it in a book?
Yes.
Which book was that?
The Book of Dieting.
The Book of Dieting?
No, it was a
big book of stupid dieting.
Right, David, what do you think?
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Keeley, are you in agreement with the rest of us?
I think that's a lie.
So you're saying no. OK. Lee Mack, were you telling the truth there?
It was a lie.
What a shock. It was a lie. Lee did not go on a diet which involved using children's cutlery for every meal to make his portions seem bigger. Oh, that noise signals time is up, and I can reveal that David's team has triumphed by 7 points to 4. But, of course, it's not just a team game, and my individual liar of the week this week is Kevin Bridges. Yes, a fine achievement for a young man of 24. As a Glaswegian, he can look back on that with satisfaction for the rest of his life. Another 10 years. Good night.
The laughs keep coming with Mitchell and Webb over on BBC Two now. Here on BBC One, Euro Millions and the Millionaire Raffle on the National Lottery draws. And then it's tonight's film, a clever thriller called The Lookout, in 10 minutes.